Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the wait. I am slowly getting it together. I had another one of my unexpected, unscheduled nap. Side effect of shift work, but I am getting the coffee on right now. So let's wake up together, or you guys go to sleep while I wake up. We'll have a time. One, two, three, four. A little bit more. Yay. Hello, Nathan Hovey and Huawei. Well, thank you, Huawei. I appreciate that, sir. Man, my nurse brain is going because of your situation. Would some other form of histamine help overall with your allergy-related asthma attack? Like maybe some bennies, some Benadryls, buddy? But yeah, let's get to it, man. We don't have a guest, so I assume there's no clicking tonight. I also figured out that thing last week. What was it? Mute the camera in the garage. All right. My AirPods have 0%, so we won't use those. It's easy enough. Right. Okay, Mr. Huawei. Those are true long fins. Um, I believe they're true long fins. They get pretty long, and they got that circular. They got that circle on the end of the long fin. And they've been hiding in that bush, and they've been doing a good job. That little guy wasn't there before, and I believe hopefully that's a male, or that other one that is on the far right now is a male. Because I did see some eggs, but they all got moved around all over the tank, and then a lot of them got eaten. But then later on, because I got down to the, want to say three, and I think now there's four at least. So a baby got through. Yeah, Huawei. um man, it takes a lot to like figure out exactly what you're allergic to and what. It's just like working with your plants or like for fertilizer for your tanks and stuff like that. Like you gotta take one thing away at a time and adjust one thing at a time to in order to determine which one it is. So yeah, allergies can be hard. Just don't give up. I know that the healthcare system is broken and it determines people determine a lot on your results and stuff like that as well. So just keep going. Keep going, keep asking questions, ask other people questions. But yeah, I put four wafers in the front of the glass. It's their feeding time right now, so they came out on cue. So this is like the best viewing of them I've gotten because they are pretty skittish. I probably need to put something else in the tank, but I'm scared they won't breed as well if I put something else in the tank. But as those plants get bigger and stuff like that, they have to get more confident and stuff like that. So they're doing really well with the camera right now. So yeah, we're looking at a 20 long on my newest rack. I'll move these guys over to that from they were in the tank with all of the angels. They were in that 40 breeder. So I moved them over and we lost a couple when we moved them. But yeah, I'm counting five now. So yeah, definitely been increased by one or two. Patty, Fish Family, Cora Works. Yeah, Cora Works. That is a good point. And there we go. Good job, Patty. Stop breathing and your allergy attack will go away. Excellent advice. So those are my salt and pepper quarries, and those are the first quarries that I bought. Actually, I bought them from Aquahuna, and I think it was Skipper's advice. I think I asked him in a live stream, and he was like, "Get yourself some pepper quarries." And he was right. I freaking love these guys a lot. I love the colors that come off of them. But yeah, I'm mostly useless right now. I'm working on getting some coffee in me. I took an unexpected nap and my wife got me up 15 minutes before the stream. How happy they are. But yeah, we've got some spiral val up there towards the front. That is the I want to call it a Ludwig of some sort, that I got, I believe, from Stephen P. And it took off real nice in here. Yes, Kalish. They are fat and sassy. They are happy. And they're in there with a bunch of snails, and occasionally I'll pull a handful of snails out of there. But they seem to be doing pretty well. I'm a fan of cilantro as well. The wife, not so much. I think she's on the other side of that. For some people, the cilantro tastes like soap, and I think my mom is the same way, which is funny. But it's smelling like Texas pecan up in here. Oh Lord. So I'm coffeeing up with you guys, and then I'm getting my weekly water changes done. So it should be a good night once I get some coffee on board, y'all. See, Huawei's got the soap. See, to me, it tastes lemony, a little bit sour. So yeah, I randomly picked this tank, and I cannot tell you how pleased I am with the way that it came out. These guys are hungry and motivated, and are not minding the camera spying on them today. But my thought is if a tank isn't acting the way I want it to, or the fish are not interested in being on camera, um, we can always switch it to another tank, you know. But yeah, that small one got discounted several times because you saw he didn't even come out. One of them didn't even come out until a few minutes afterwards. But yeah, I would love to see like a baby corridor, like a baby. You know what I mean? Like I think that would be really cool. They're probably pretty cute. Cumin does smell like BO. I have a recipe for a white chicken chili that uses a can of coconut milk in it, and it's got like an abnormally large amount of cumin in it, but it's so tasty. Yeah, Patty's ready to head down to the Mexican food place. Fish Bam link always there to help a YouTuber out. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, everybody. I wouldn't want to have to tell George RB3 that you haven't been hitting the thumbs up button because you know how that upsets him. He likes them thumbs up, y'all. So let's do it. Felt like I was channeling Catfish Terry there for a second. Come on, y'all. 18 in the room and 18 thumbs up. Good job. Quite all right, Nathan. Dropping off a family member at the Miami airport usually comes with some sort of news. They probably saw something odd or cool or both. Exactly. Kalish knows what's up. Or Kamisa. I assume that I am in an all chat because I'm on StreamYard, but I know a lot of things get left off. Like sometimes emojis don't come through or things like that. Yeah, Kalish, I'm glad you like it. It's like the mother of guppies or something. You know what I mean? Like yeah, total Game of Thrones reference. I read the first three books of that series, and then it was everybody was waiting for him to come out with another one. I'm not even sure whether he had another one before that came out or not, before the movie came out. I don't know. But apparently he had a turtle tank growing up, and that's where a lot of his thought ideas came from and stuff like that, as far as like houses and how people interact with each other and things like that. So I heard that and I was like, oh, so he's one of us. Well, I'm glad to see all of you guys in here. It's another great evening. Be on the lookout for some giveaways here on this channel uh, for Christmas. I've got a special surprise for you guys. We'll be doing some giveaways. Hang in there with the Christmas spirit. I was hard to miss all of the shopping excitement. I already live at night and work on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so part of that was pretty easy. Um, yeah, I was a little disappointed. All of the all of the price increases in the last year and a half, and all they have to offer us for Black Friday is at best 30% off. Um, I I feel like feel like if we don't spend, but it doesn't appear to be the case. It's like everybody bought a bunch of stuff anyway. But if we slowed down on what we bought, I think they would have to stop gouging, because yes, there were legitimate supply chain issues and stuff like that, but I believe a lot of that has eased, and we are not seeing any come down in prices. So perhaps I have a little bit of a bah humbug in me. But most important is spending time with your family members and friends, and family members that you choose, family members that you're actually related to, however that works out for you. I think that time spent is more important than physical gifts. So that's what I'm going with this year. Said it wasn't really worth it, the IKEA, huh? Yeah. That is true. I mean, yeah, to celebrate it all is an accomplishment. You know what I mean? I know we've all had to make adjustments. Oh my goodness. Look at that little guy in the front right now. Oh, he's cute. The little guy. So yeah, they clump up underneath that thing, and I can shine a flashlight in there and see them, but they all huddled up. So that little guy has been protected. I didn't know there was one that small in there. Yes, the meatballs are delicious. Glad you got some for sure. So you know how let's see. What's the best way to explain this? Okay, so I want to do a camera setup where I have a camera mount and it can go up and down, and then it is mounted to something that hangs from the ceiling, and then you can move it left to right. So you could put the camera pretty much anywhere in front of the tank, like I do now, but it would be like for each rack. And so I would just be able to mount the camera and then put it. So yeah, some sort of a rail at the top to suspend the camera from. I've been thinking about that a lot, y'all. Ceiling mounted gantry. See, gantry is one of those words I would not type into my search. That's why I need you, Koro. Gantry. And boom, boom. Now I'm looking at the railings that I need. Hobie says he wants to see it for himself in the restaurant before he'll eat anything. Yeah, that's true. That came up with my wife's birthday. We went out to eat for the first time in forever, so it was kind of surreal. And we went to a sushi place, and we hadn't been there before. And it's in the neighborhood, and it's been there 2 years. So and we remember what it was before, so obviously we were not supporting that establishment very well. um but what I do is I go into a sushi restaurant and I order a spicy tuna roll, and then I decide the rest of my dinner after I have that tuna roll. And one of two things usually happens. I usually get a spicy tuna roll that is a good spicy tuna roll, or I get a tuna roll and they just throw yum yum sauce on it, that orange mayonnaise, and they call that a spicy tuna roll. And I'm like, nah, man, if you're not going to mix some heat into the meat, I'm out. So I almost tried the ramen, but instead I got a bunch more of their I got I think I got another one of their spicy tuna rolls, and I got a tempura roll that was topped with uh, spicy tuna, and it had like sweet Thai chili sauce on it, and it was delicious. It was candy. It was great. Good morning, Bruiser. This episode is usually brought to you on the power of community coffee. However, the community coffee has been out at the grocery store, I assume, because of supply issues. But who knows? It might be the most popular coffee out there. But that wasn't there the last two times that I've been to the grocery store. So I'm actually drinking $1 or $2 above my pay grade. And I have the HEB flavored coffee, Texas pecan, because when you're drinking pecan coffees, the Texas pecan is the best one. Unless, of course, you're somewhere other than Texas, and then whatever state you're in, that pecan might be good. However, North Dakota pecan is probably still bad. But good morning to you, Bruiser. So yeah, just kind of hang in with the hang with y'all, get woken up, give these guys some fresh water this evening. A little bit of stream of consciousness coming from me this evening, but very excited about the holidays. I am in the holiday spirit. Um, my my consumerism is broke is what the is what the problem is, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know whether anybody else feels it. It's just like I'm gonna keep what little money I have and stay at home. That's my plan. But I am planning on seeing one of my besties, Nate, down in Houston, and his fam. His kids are all college age and whatnot, so it's a good time to see the kids too. So that'll be fun. So I am planning on doing that over, I think, the new year. So that'll be neat. And I saw my mom right before Thanksgiving, but she went to Georgia for Thanksgiving. She should be getting in this evening. So back from her trip. So I'll be excited to hear all about that. I think she did Thanksgiving there, and then I think she might have gone with my uncle to Charlotte to go do some fun stuff. I saw a picture of a dueling piano bar, and if there's something you guys don't know about my mother, she loves a cold beer and dueling pianos. She loves a dueling piano bar. Like, that is her jam. Like, she's like, why have a band? Dueling pianos is where it's at. She likes all the friendly crowd work that goes with that, all of the popular music. She loves it. Oh man, my favorite. I'll probably pick something obscure that nobody knows. You know what? I like the old Capitol. I think it's Capitol. With Bing Crosby, the like the real quiet, subdued Christmas carols from like the 50s, might even be earlier. But the one that we would sing it as a round in the choir and do four different parts, I think, of the Holly and the Ivy. The Holly and the Ivy, when they were both full grown, of all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears the crown. And like it would go on, and like it was all spaced, and it was really cool. I think it was the closest to drugs as that I could get at the time. As so it was like the whole round thing, and it becomes something else entirely, like all the different pieces moving. It's neat. It's not coffee, but yeah, that's the one I would go with. Yeah, it's real funny because when I come into the room, they'll all hide, but I can see that they've been eating and whatnot, and like they leave a little divot in the they leave a little divot in the sand on the little tracks that they go that they go along. So it makes an interesting pattern on the sand. I'm like, something has been going through all the sand over here. But yeah, man, a little bit of singing. You guys can just assume that I danced during that. It was kind of a sway, hand on my belly, hips going to the left and then the right. Come with me while I get another cup of coffee. Oh, I'm starting to feel better. I was the eyes were not pointed the same direction when I got up. I was like, oh no, unexpected nap. So I picked up a day shift and worked on Tuesday during the day. So then I had to flip my schedule back around. And yeah, I'm gonna make it. Basically doing it now. But I slept till like 11 o'clock this morning. Went to bed at about midnight on Tuesday night. My wife and I wanted to do some stuff around the house, and it required me to be up during the day. So I was going to have to get up early or stay up late. Anyway, so that gave me the opportunity to sleep on Sunday night and then be up during the day on Monday. We had a good day. I don't know how many homeowners we have in the chat, but my house was built in like 1980 or 81, and The spigot on the front of the house has been leaking, and it's because I use it for the fish room. So I that's the faucet that all of my water comes through. So it was leaking and I needed to take the old spigot off. And it was not easy, but we got it off and we did not break the pipe coming out of the wall of the house. You know what I mean? Um, so as homeowners, we are very, very proud of ourselves. And we overcame the situation. And now there's a brand new spigot on the front of the house where my water changes. Happiness. So we did that. I replaced the windshield wipers on my car, so that'll be nice. The next time it's raining. Mexicali. Jorge, man, good to see you, bro. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, sir. Kalish, I'm gonna get this comment. I'm gonna save this one. I'm a dapper gent. I was like, now that I've had a cup of coffee and I'm on my second one, and I know that there's a third, I'm starting to feel a little bit dapper. I'm not gonna lie to you. Dapper is as dapper does. Happy birthday, Jorge. What is this about? 26 again, young man? Congratulations. I'm glad that you are having a good one, sir. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mexicali fish keeper. Happy birthday to you. Hey, Mexicali. Congratulations on 51. You don't look a day over 35. Keep up the good work, man. Stay out of the sun. Let that desert air preserve you. Hey, Coro, anything I can do to make you smile is worth it to me. You know what I mean? Like I've enjoyed your streams as well. Uh it's great to share. It's great to come together in these little late night conversations. You know what I mean? Like this is where it's at. It's really funny because these peppercorns, the only thing that they compete with in this tank are these snails. And they straight up go to each and every snail and like push them over to make sure that they're not holding on to anything. It's got to be a rough life for a snail trying to hold on to a nugget of wafer in this tank. Well, Mexicali, if you feel good, then age is just a number, buddy. You know what I mean? Hang on to that as long as you can. That's good stuff, man. I'm looking to shining brighter as I age. I'm going to try to take it gracefully. I'm already into sedentary activities. That was one of the things when I found this hobby. I was like, crap, I think I know what I'm going to be doing as an old man. You know what I mean? I'm going to be that old man that has fish. I was like, I already have a hobby that I love that I can grow old with. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm always going to be able to do it. I might have to take down some tanks, you know what I mean, at some point because like a certain number will be too much, you know what I mean? I haven't really found that yet. So I'll keep expanding. I think I took like 13 30-second clips and have them on my iPad here, and I need to get them sorted, put out some shorts and reels, maybe splice them all up and have like a good bunch of clips to run together for like an intro or something like that. Right, until you can't haul buckets anymore, but then it's about like getting like a drain installed so that you don't have to carry buckets. You know what I mean? Like just get a gutter system that'll stick out the front door of the garage and just run it all down the driveway. There you go. Coro's already turned my camera mount into a wheelchair roller thing. Well, I've already got wheels on my chairs in my fish room as it is. Oh, there must be something good over there. I didn't know my peppercorns were going to be so good tonight. That is a good point. Kalish, is your garage already insulated? Do you have means to heat and cool it? Because otherwise, you might just need to build an insulated shed for yourself and run electric out there. Yeah, wood shop. It's okay, Kalish, because I believe the saying goes, you got to take them to the woodshed. You know what I mean? You don't take them to the wood shop. You take them to the woodshed. Mostly insulated with water. Yeah, dude, that's the way to go. I want a sink in my I want a sink in my fish room. Want a big utility sink in between the washer and dryer. Kind of scared to do it myself, but the cost is like 15% of what it would cost to do here in the city. I'll continue to dream about it. Dang, lost 3 fish today. Two are my fault. I let it happen. Went to clean a hang on back and dumped it in shower, and two came flying out. Hey man, that happens. Rubbin's racing. So 2 fish jumped out. Yeah, well, I mean, they're more likely to jump out while you're trying to clean the tank. Um, in my opinion. I didn't take any one of the gouramis got out of the tank and was found dry. So and I don't have a lid on that tank. I don't have a lid on most of my tanks. And I know that it's my fault if they jump out, but I don't take it to heart. You know what I mean? Like they jump out of the tank, you know what I mean? It's like I'll put a lid on there afterwards, maybe, but I don't know. So yeah, no, that is part of the hobby, but you've got more wins than losses. That's what I always focus on. I've got the, you know what I mean? I'm always going to have guppies making babies to like cover up any major mistake that I make. You know what I mean? Like more life. Kalish encouraging me on the cut a hole in my wall. I'm thinking about it. Right. Yeah, exactly, Koro. You can't you can't beat yourself up over it. It's still a shitty feeling, man. It stinks. You know what I mean? Because like you just got an outcome that you did not want to happen. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, we all know in fish keeping that the outcome is not guaranteed. And we do the best we can with what we got. Dang, two zebra danios and one barb. Kalish bought a refractometer because of Toro, and she's gonna try again. Oh my goodness, the supply chain. Beta Guppy gal coming in with some hard advice there. Yeah, that's true. Somebody lost a fish and they were, I think it was Jason. He was talking about, it was Sunday morning. Hold on. He was talking about, no, was it him or was it somebody else? Anyway, somebody lost a fish. Was it Biz? Anyway, somebody lost a fish and they were saying that they were feeling like really, really bad about it. And they were like, I've got these two other fish. They're like the same, but I don't feel like I would feel as bad as if I lost them. It was a particular, I think it, can't remember what kind of fish it was, but like the moral of the story was some of them sting more than others. Like when I lost Cream, that goldfish, I mean, like he's like one of the biggest fish I have. And he had a name and he'd been with me for a long time. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, when you've got like 30 rosy barbs, if you lose a couple, you know what I mean? Like it didn't have individual names and you're worried about the colony as a whole, but the individual fish loss isn't as big of a deal as with some other fish. Because in my fish room, you don't get a name until like you like interact with me when I come towards the tank and stuff like that. And you separate yourself out from the rest of your kind by doing some behavior that's different or something like that. That's when you end up with a name. I mean, from what I hear about zebra dandios, the fact that they were still in the tank at all is pretty amazing. I feel like the Danio gets used as an example of a jumper. You know what I mean? Like in general. But we all know that generalizing fish behavior is somewhat useful. The individual personality of the fish is always going to be the determining factor of whether it jumps out of the water, of whether it eats plants or not. So many things to are determined by the individual fish. I can't believe that little guy in there, man. It's cracking me up, dude. Yeah, Nathan, that's what happened to me when I inadvertently divided my Gambusia. It happened after the stream, after the live stream I was on. I don't think I treated that water with enough dechlorinator. I don't think I mixed the bucket. I think I added the dechlorinator and then immediately took water out of that bucket to put in there, and some of them jumped out of the tray and a bunch of them died in the tray, and I basically halved my colony by those who can tolerate chlorine and lack of air. So the strong are surviving, but yeah, that was a big mistake that I made. And none of those guys had none of those guys had names or anything like that, but like I was feeling like not a loss for the individual fish, but just like, that 50% death rate was not awesome when I was redoing that tank. And that was a kind of a noob error too on my part, so I felt bad about it. But that was my last big mistake in the fish room. Other than that, anybody who's died has not announced themselves in any way. Nothing to be seen. A lot of people believe that naming your fish is bad for their health. It is superstitious, but I mean, hey, man, how many things do we do in the fish room is because we believe it to be the best thing to do without actually having proven the otherwise. You know, there's a fair amount of superstition in this hobby. I feel like there's room for it. Jeffrey is a great freaking crab name. Oh, my name is Jeffrey. No, I still have all my angelfish except for one. Also died in that move when I moved the Corys. And it was um I gave them all male names, knowing that they would sex out later and it would be weird. Speaking of, last week when I got off of the live stream and was talking with um Skull, um Skull noticed some eggs and I was like, no, those aren't eggs. And then I looked over and I was like, okay, yeah, those are eggs. So yeah, Abraham Lincoln is a laid some eggs on the glass and it looked like Jethro was fertilizing those eggs. And the eggs are gone now. I think that they got eaten, but they were acting weird and in the front of the tank and in between me and the moss behind them. So there might be something in there, there might not, but that would be my first success with angels. So pretty cool. But they were acting weird, but I need to get some slate in there for both of them, and then I need to grab the slate back and just take it from them. Aqua Garden Zen, welcome, welcome. Shaved your head, have been slacking, and it feels good. Nice. That's right, Abraham Lincoln. Because I've got, yeah, Abraham Lincoln and Jethro, and then I've got Bandit and Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is a female. And then I have one more female, and that is can't think of her can't think of her name right now. Hey, Bumish is good. It's 12:14 here, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it to Thursday here in Central Texas. It's quiet. It's overcast. I don't know. It has to be in the 60s out here. You'd think so. With the pigment that comes down on each side of his face under his chin, he looks like he has chops. And that's how he got his name. That's how everybody got their names, by the pigment on their face. Yeah, we're all commiserating with Nathan, and that always feels better to come to the community, to your friends and stuff like that. You know what I mean? In a safe space and be like, "Hey, man, I'm feeling bad because this happened." You know what I mean? And like everybody, you know what I mean, like has been there and has felt that. You know what I mean? Like commiserates as well. And not feeling alone, and not being chastised for your mistake, you know what I mean, but like being supported. Like that's what this community is all about, man. Fish and love, fish and love. Aquagard Zen, I say that is a good way to be. um Nothing against it, but yeah, man, I feel the same way about that. I am a hot sleeper as well. All right, Aqua Garden's in the walk-in freezer somewhere north of me, buddy. My taro plant is put up leaves that are roughly 1/3 the size of the ones that it had up before. So it's trying to go small. It doesn't want to die. It's it's just putting out smaller leaves. It's making itself small. But I have those in plastic pots that are hanging on the side of the pond. So I'm thinking about pulling most of them and trying to overwinter them in the garage. But I just know they're not going to get enough light and probably die. That's what happened with the ones I had last year. But they weren't the same type of plant, so I don't know. Also thinking about letting one of them hang out here and see if it just like mostly freezes up and then will come back from the root ball in the spring just to see if it happens. But I might take a couple inside, and the ones that are small that I take inside and stuff like that, after I soak them for a bit and make sure there's no critters in them, I will maybe suspend them on the on into a couple of my tanks so that the roots can grow and let it grow out of the water and see what happens. Spokane, Washington. If it's free, it's for me. Yeah, I was thinking yesterday it might be time for me to get a haircut again. I think I got one just before the clash. Oh, I've got I want to say it's a palmetto. I don't know. It looks like papyrus, so it like comes up in a reed and then like explodes in like small thin leaves, kind of like a firecracker looking one. And that one's supposed to get like a foot and a half tall. That one's growing really well. And then the other ones are like taro root. So like the top of it looks like an elephant ear or whatever. And it just puts up one stalk with the leaf and big broad green leaf, kind of a arrow shape to it. I have pothos in the garage already. Philodendron, I'm not getting a mental image. I know that I know what that plant is. I just don't. I know that I've seen that plant before. I can't see the name and then have it pop in my head, so I'm not sure what a philodendron is. Yeah, the peace lilies. Yeah, it may have been too dark, or like peace lilies are weird. Like I've had peace lilies, and like I'd move them like 4 feet inside, you know what I mean? And it would die back and be upset. You know what I mean? Like they just don't like to be moved. It reminded me of like how crypts don't like to be messed with either. Okay, Koro, that's good to know. I like that. The airline holder clips can be used to kind of like hold your pothos in place. That's smart. I like it. I like it. Let me see if this flashlight works. Oh my goodness. What a great day. What a great day. So this is that palmetto that I was talking about right here. See, it's doing pretty good, and it just put up these two shoots right here, so it's fairly happy. It's probably a better way to view it. And then these guys, there's a new one. See, it puts out those bulbs on the bottom of it, and the root structure is like pretty cool. But then I've got this monstrosity here, and then it has like a bunch of like little baby ones coming off of it. And then there's some more here. But those are the two. Um, they didn't make it. And then this guy's doing pretty good over here. Can't see any of the fish right now. They're hiding. Thought I'd share. So, yeah, parlor palm. That would probably be exactly what I'm talking about. I got it from a Pond Society member. There was plant swap. Um, I didn't bring any plants, but I got those two plants. You know what I mean? That was fun. Those pads do look like Pac-Man, don't they? And nice white lily flower on it. It's beautiful. I got some night blooming ones towards the end of the season, and they did not do well. And that's happened both times I bought pond plants from from this place. They do great and everything, but I think I need to take them. I think I need to take them out of the pots and repot them. Don't keep them in the pot that they came from the nursery in. Oh, you want to see it again? Aqua Garden Zen. I'm assuming you want to see Pac-Man. If you want to see something else, let me show you. Or are you talking about the parlor palm? Need to see that one again. But yeah, those lilies look like Pac-Man. There's one that's not doing so hot. And I get little white bugs on top of them, and I wash off the leaves when I come out here, like once every couple days, and then all the little rainbow shiners come out and eat all all of the stuff I've knocked off the lily pad. Oh, it was the plant, not so parlor palm. Let me get down by the water. Comes up like this. I was told it only gets like 3 foot high. So it isn't like the papyrus one that I got. And that one was like 4 feet, 5 feet. Probably would have gone better, but done better with it. Hee hee. But yeah, that's what the leaf looks like on them. And I think that's taro, but I'm not sure. But it grows like crazy. So the Egyptian papyrus. Coro trying to gatekeep, saying only one guess is permitted. Not true. Not true. I'll take as many guesses as possible because honestly, I can honestly say without knowing how much you guys know about plants individually, your guess is at least as good as mine, probably better. All right, Egyptian papyrus. Nice. Oh, bless me. Mm, true, and I'm never in YouTube chat during a live stream, so it's hard for me to mod people. I have to push a bunch of buttons, and hey, man, this is the first stream I've had that it hasn't been all clicky, to my knowledge. So life is good. That's true. Chris AutoZone is here. Howdy, buddy. Misty sneaking in. Good to see you. Hope you are well. We're looking at my peppercorns right now, my man. And there's definitely a juvenile up in there. So they've been secretly breeding. But yeah, I think there's like 6 in there, and it is a 20-gallon long. Going to England next week. Well, hey man, have a great time. Be nice to drink a beer there. Everyone who wants to go to the Clash next year should reserve their room now. It's a good point. Yeah, Aqua Garden. I didn't know what I should get, and I was asking for advice on Skipper's stream a long time ago, and he said, "Get yourself some pepper corridors." He was like, "You'll like them." Because I had the Cori disease pretty bad, and I was like, I don't even know what to start with, and he was like, just do the pepper Cories, man. Thank you for coming to the stream, Nathan Hovey, and you should get some sleep. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, sir. Mine's just getting ready to start. As far as work goes, start work tomorrow night. And yeah, man, we'll just keep seeing how it goes. Everybody, remember to tune in. People will be getting some Christmas gifts here for the next few shows. Celebrate the season. Just because Fish Fam Christmas isn't going all out and doing all the things and getting everybody together and all of that organizational stuff that has to happen. I will be doing an individual, and I think that a lot of people still are going to do some giveaways on their individual channels for the Christmas season, and I think that while it is a shame that Fish Fam Christmas isn't happening this year, I'm okay with it. Because it was a lot of work by a lot of people to get that done, and I think that I look forward to seeing it again in the future in some form or shape. You know what I mean? I will always be there to support and participate. Hi, Melvin. Storm Riders. Legacy Riders. Eekers, I'm glad you're home. I'm drinking coffee. I've got to do water changes on everything. Um, I got another cup of coffee. I got my I got all my lights in the garage on a timer finally. So good news there. It's electronic. It's a push button to turn it on outside of the set times. So that should help with the new shelf and the algae problems I've been having because now light is decreased. I would, Eakers, but I gotta work, man. I gotta work. I've been putting off the water changes, and then tonight's the last night before I do 3 nights uh working, so it's time for the water changes. Yeah, that could be a problem. But like I said, to battle the snail population, like after I've fed at the front of the tank in this open area, all the snails are out there. So it's just a matter of scooping them all up in the net. Oh, Melvin, that's so great, dude. I totally read it in the voice and everything. Yeah, Sarah does make a snail trap, but I mean, couldn't I just put a mesh basket in there and put the food out and like let the snails go to the food and then lift the mesh net out? I just don't feel like snails are that hard to catch. Okay, I kind of like that. Yes, a long strip of zucchini will be covered in snails and you can lift it right out of the tank. Yeah, yeah, zucchini is like flypaper. Well, super feeding is pretty easy for me. I am good at that. And on the 3 days that I go to work, my wife makes sure that everybody gets fed. So honestly, the fatter part of the week is the days that I'm working because my wife goes in and gives everybody food love. And she's been pulling back on the feeding as well, um, in the amount. And I think we've got a pretty good. I think we've got it pretty honed in right now. Um, we're probably still overfeeding, but I've got a snail population in every tank that will take care of any extra food in the tank. I do need a puffer. I need to make a couple friends here in the neighborhood who have puffers and just be like, "God, man, come over, help me clean up some of these snails, as many as you can take." There you go. See, I'm I'm taking all the snails and I'm putting them in one 20-gallon long that I have plants floating in, and like it's just like this Thunderdome situation. There's the started out as a bare bottom tank, but now the substrate is snail shells. It's pretty wild looking. Guys, I have gone 15 minutes past uh time. I didn't even realize it. I apologize to June. Let's all over go over to June's stream. It was supposed to start at 12:30 my time. It's 12:45 my time, and I will apologize to her personally there. I love you guys, and thank you for another great stream.